Hi guys, welcome to Happy High Tarot. In today's pick a card reading, we will find out what are your person's constant feelings towards you. Feelings that don't change with time, do not change with the situation. So for the first group, we have this red rose, the white rose for group 2, and the purple rose for group 3. Pause the video, meditate on all three, pick whichever one calls out to you the most. You'll find the timestamps in the comment section as well as in the description box below. So make your selection and let's get started. Hi group 1, so for those of you who chose the red rose, first let's find out what is your person's constant opinion about you, like what's the light in which they see you. And the first card that we have for that is guide. So this tells me that your person always sees you as someone who's very intelligent, as someone who's very kind, as someone who has the ability to lead others, somebody who leads by example, somebody who's not very authoritative or dictatorial in their tone, somebody who's wise beyond their years. Maybe you even look a little bit older than you actually are, but you're someone who people can always go to with all their problems. You might be the agony aunt of your group and they might have witnessed you in these energies, in your full form, helping people left, right and center. So they see you as and there's a sense of you being very outworldly as well, not like anything that they've ever witnessed before. You might be having some qualities, you possess some characteristics which they've never seen in anybody else that they've met so far, and they find that really enticing about you. I'm also getting with this flame over here that they feel very attracted towards you at all times, like a moth drawn to a flame. Then the next card that we have for you is cow over here, which says give with unconditional love and grace. So, okay, right off the bat, the first message, of course, is that this person has unconditional love in their heart for you, and they see you as a light being. They see you as somebody who always holds space in their heart for people, somebody who's always very nurturing, very caring. Like how cows are very, they give us so much. They're so giving and they're so quiet and calm and timid. So that's their opinion of you. They see you as somebody who's very pious. They see you as somebody who's very pure, who just radiates positivity all the time. A very, very good person. So the person on your mind, group 1, has a very high opinion of you. They see you as, perhaps I'm hearing, too good to be true or too good for this world, because of course you are in such good energies over here, but not everybody is like you. And you're living in this century, so of course you know that there are many people who are very selfish, who only do things in expectations of favors, but you're not like that. You're a giver is what I'm getting, and that's the light in which they see you. And again, with all this green over here, I feel like their heart chakra is at all times activated for you and because of you, and there is a lot of love that this person constantly feels for you. I'm also getting that they see you as somebody who mirrors them a lot, or they see a lot of them in you, and they see, vice versa. I'm also getting a sense that they feel like you both make a very good match. So like if they ever had to settle down with somebody, it has got to be you. Okay, let's see what else. So we have over here movement, choices, decisions, solitude, and recognition and reward. There is a constant conflict that goes on this person's mind with regards to you. And that conflict, okay, first of all, a lot of you might be living at a distance from each other. Them or you might be a Virgo. I'm also getting the energy of Aries, Leo, Sag over here. And Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. All right. So I feel like this distance over here between the both of you, the physical distance especially, is something that's always heavily on their mind. Like they see it as a very big blockage. Perhaps it doesn't even have to be that big of a problem, but that's just how they have constructed that this whole idea in their mind, that this is a very big hurdle. And then how do they overcome it? How do they get to you? Which is why I'm getting with the sense of solitude over here, and then recognition and reward. There might be these constant hot and cold energies that you witness from this person. There are times when they feel like they shouldn't take any action towards you, and then there are times when they just, okay, my air conditioner is making a very irritating noise, so if the audio catches that, I apologize in advance. I'm also seeing 444. You guys might be seeing that as well. So the conflict over here is to whether they should surrender to this connection and recognize that it is very important for them and that it is different from all the other connections. It's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. They might as well stop running from it, or should they just simply not do anything about it? So there is a lot of confusion. I wouldn't necessarily say that this person has other options. I mean, so far I'm not getting that energy that they have other options in their life. It's simply that they have confused themselves about you and about what to do in this connection to a point where they constantly feel like, should I take action or should I not take action? But the good thing is that there is a sense of recognition over here. Like they know that they have accepted that this connection is above everything else, like how this person is standing on a pedestal above the floor. So they know that your connection is above all the other connections that they've ever experienced so far. Now let's take a look at your tarot cards. So we have the 9 of Wands over here, 8 of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the King of Wands. Wow. There is a lot of passion also that this person always feels towards you. It's like their eyes are always on the prize and you're that prize. There might be some family differences between the both of you. There might be some cultural or monetary differences between the both of you is one message that I'm getting. I feel like even they don't realize just how badly they want you and how badly they always want to fight for this connection. I also feel like they haven't really registered the full extent of passion that they feel towards you. They're constantly wanting to make this work with you. They're constantly wanting to enter into a long-term relationship with you, to settle down with you, heck, to even marry you and start a family with you. This person does have a fighter spirit with regards to you. Like they always do want to fight for this connection, and I feel like you always are on their mind as well. But it's just that, yeah, the only blockage over here that I'm picking up is that your person, first of all, I just got a bout of super random laziness. So that is one thing. They're just too lazy to make up their mind or take any concrete action towards you. That's one message. And then the second is that the self-inflicted torture in the form of all this unnecessary confusion over here. I mean, it's always better to just simply talk it out, but for whatever reason, they're not doing that. We will make another video perhaps to check their blockages and whatnot. But for now, if we're asking how do they constantly feel for you, so then they constantly see you as the perfect person for them, somebody with whom they'd like to settle down with, a connection they'd want to fight for, a connection they'd want to make happen, realize it in the real world. And just it's rather sad that this person has so much passion and so much determination towards you, and yet they choose not to be guided by their intuition. All right, let's see what message does Spirit have for you. It's time to take action. So this is good. I feel like I'm getting 2 messages over here. One is, of course, that you might be soon hearing from this person. They might be, perhaps their spirit guides are with us right now, and they're telling us that your person will be taking action towards you as well, because that's the direction in which they're guiding your person. And the other message, of course, over here is that meanwhile, if you want to take any action towards this person, you totally can. You don't have to. Nobody's forcing you to. But in case you were going back and forth on that idea, you can. Alright, so these are all the messages that I have for you. You can follow me on Instagram for daily pick a card readings and DM me over there to book a personal reading with me if you're a follower. Otherwise, my email ID is given in the description box below. Don't forget to hit the bell icon while subscribing. New videos are out every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. Let me know down in the comment section how you like the video, and do give it a thumbs up. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hi group 2, so for those of you who chose this white rose, first let's find out how does your person constantly view you, like what is their constant opinion about you. And the first card that we have for you is Goddess over here. So without a doubt, your person is always smitten by the way you look, even if sometimes you just have 2 aesthetics. Either you're going to some fashion show or you are, I don't know, living on the streets. But okay, I'm sorry if that came across as insensitive, but the thing is that your person always admires the way you look. always. You might be having long, dark, beautiful, curly hair. Perhaps you have a really nice tanned body. They like your curves, they like your smile. If you have a big forehead, they like that as well. Just if you're a guy, the way you look, or if you're a girl, the way you look, no matter how you're dressing up, this person finds you super, super attractive. There's just something about you. It's like without you even trying, you attract a lot of attention from them. They find you very attractive. They find you very, very sensual. In fact, when they might have seen you for the first time, they might have been supremely attracted towards you, just like moth to a flame, or like the call of a siren is what I'm hearing. They also feel like you're somebody who's very gentle, not somebody who's very ruthless, not somebody who is overly masculine in their energies. There are different ways in which women sit. So you belong to the softer side of things, very, very vanilla energies over here. And that's what they really like about you. Then the second card over here is Raven, which says prepare for change. So they know that you find it very easy to adapt to situations. You're very adaptable, and they like that quality about you. For the most part, this is how you are. You're very soft in the way you deal with people, and you're nice. Like if you're good to me, I'll be very good to you. But then there is a fierce side to you as well. If need be, you can put this side on very quickly. And you're always somebody who's always upgrading themselves, always changing with the times. I wouldn't necessarily call you unpredictable, but definitely not someone whom you should mess with, assuming that this is how they'll always treat you. And your person knows that. Perhaps there might have been moments in the past between the both of you where this person tried to act smart with you and you shut them down immediately, and that might have been the day when they realized that you're not always this damsel. If need be, you can embody this raven spirit as well. So there is both a softer side to you. For the most part, this is how you are, but then you can embody the raven spirit within you when need be, when some situation such as that arises. And the fact that this can come out when need be, and you are somebody who can fight for themselves, I feel like this is somebody who entices it. Like group 2 is someone who can put up a good fight. Group 2 is somebody who, no matter how good they are, or no matter how soft spoken they are, they don't take people's shit. So they really like that about you. All right, let's see what else. So we have memories of love over here. Then we have patience and planning, and prosperity begins. So my AC is making terrible noise, please excuse that. You might be dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Your person is a scatterbrain, okay? I'm just getting that because I'm picking up on this energy. Either you're a scatterbrain, group 2, or your person is, because I'm getting my thoughts are just going helter-skelter. It's taking me a lot of effort to actually articulate what I'm trying to say to you. So, first of all, this person constantly dreams about you. They're constantly nostalgic about you. They're constantly reliving and replaying the past memories that you two have shared in their head. So that's one message. This is somebody whom you might have been, since a very long time. For some of you, you guys might have met while still at school or college, or you grew up together, same neighborhood and stuff like that. This person does see you as a soulmate, and that is one feeling again that never ever changes. However, they know that if they want to get into a commitment with you, if they want to sow these seeds with you and watch the connection grow, it's going to take some time. It's not going to be an overnight process. The road ahead is very, very long, and they can't just act out on whim and do whatever they feel like. They will have to approach with a lot of caution, with proper planning and everything in place. I feel like they always constantly thinking about how to make this happen. What are their options? What can they do? What's the roadmap? If they can somehow get any clues. And while all this planning and plotting is going on, simultaneously, they're also always in their fields about you. It might have often happened that you weren't even thinking about this person the whole day, but at night you suddenly have a dream about them, even though you haven't dreamt about them in a very long time. So that's actually their energy, like they're the ones that are thinking about you, which is why you're dreaming about, which is why you see them in your dreams. But definitely this person is constantly thinking about ways in which they can make this work with you. How can they offer their commitment to you? How can they make sure that your connection gets more grounded, it gets more stable, and it can materialize into something long term? Okay, now let's take a look at your tarot cards. So we have the Two of Wands over here. You both might be living at a physical distance from each other. Then we have Wheel of Fortune, the Magician, and the Nine of Cups. So this person, you're one of their biggest wishes at the moment. To materialize this with you, to get into a commitment with you, is something that they constantly think about, something that they constantly manifest. Now, whether or not they know what manifestation is or what law of attraction is, simply by visualizing about you, it works. It works just fine. That is also a form of manifestation. And I see this person actively trying to manifest you back in their life, because if that happens, that'll be like their biggest wish coming true. For now, I feel like your person's just going with the flow, and they might have really left it to destiny. That does not mean that they've stopped thinking about it. So, don't stress over that. With the Two of Wands, the thing is that their intention is pretty clear about what they want to offer to you, but it's the road ahead that they need to work on a little bit. Maybe they're also waiting for their finances to improve a little bit before they can approach you. Maybe they're waiting to get a solid footing themselves in their career first before they can approach you. But they are always thinking about getting this union with you and ushering in better times with you. I feel like if there's a distance between the both of you, if not physically, even emotionally, they don't like that. They want to kick out all the old energies from your connection, and they want freshness to enter. They want this positivity, they want this harmony that they're always dreaming about to actually manifest into the reality of this connection. And whatever happy memories you both have shared, definitely that's something that always keeps playing in this person's mind over and over again. It's like this person cannot really have enough of you in terms of their dreams and their thoughts. All right, now let's see what message does Spirit have for you. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. This is that yin-yang energy. So I feel like the need of the hour for this person is to not just keep thinking, but actually get to doing as well. That is one message. And the second message for you, group 2, is that don't get too lost in your thoughts about this connection. Try to ground yourself better. Try to take decisions which suit you for the long term. Don't try to alter your life or make any decisions keeping them in mind. If they're not an active part of your life right now, you might as well just focus on yourself and make decisions that are in your favor. Don't relocate just because they're living there. Don't take up a job just because they work there. That's what you need to work out on. All right, so these are all the messages that I have for you. You can follow me on Instagram for daily card readings, and you can DM me over there if you're a follower for a private reading. Otherwise, my email is given in the description box below. Do subscribe to my channel if you like this reading, and don't forget to hit the bell icon because new videos are out every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Let me know down in the comments how you like the video, and do give it a thumbs up. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hi group 3, so for those of you who chose the purple rose, first let's see what is your person's constant opinion about you. And the first card that we have for that is Hermit. So you might be a Virgo, but you don't necessarily have to be. But what this tells me over here is that your person sees you as someone who is very intelligent, someone who's very wise beyond their years. Maybe they see you as an introvert. They feel like you have so much knowledge that you can share with people. They might have spotted you in a library. That's what I'm getting for a lot of you. That's the first place that they saw you at. And they feel like you just have so much knowledge within you. Not just them, but anybody can come and talk to you about anything. You're so intelligent, you know so much outside of your textbooks as well. You're street smart as well. Your nature is very serene, it's very composed. It takes a lot for you to get affected by things, or to lose your patience, or to get mad at people. And I feel like they appreciate the fact that your social circle is also not very big, it's small, because that reflects on the quality of people that you allow to enter into your life. And I also feel like you inspire them, whether you know this or not. The way you live your life, the kind of friends that you make, how you behave with them and things like that. I feel like, yeah, without you knowing it, it's like you emit this guiding light that draws your person in, and which they find very attractive and very inspiring all the same. Then we have over here Haina, which says dare to be different. So the beautiful message that came right off the bat from this card is that you completely own who you are. I'm getting strong Aquarius vibes over here as well. So you might be an Aquarius or have Aquarius placements. Regardless, this person loves the fact that you don't really change yourself for people, or you don't really change your opinions to please others. You do not practice appeasement of any sort. You're different. Maybe you dress different. Maybe your opinions are different. You don't partake in things that everybody is busy talking about or whatever. You don't really participate in trends, and that's fine because that's who you are. Maybe you're not you're not a party animal. You don't really attend a lot of social gatherings like that. You're more of an indoor person, and you're fine with it. Maybe behind your back or sometimes even at your face, people try to poke fun at you for it, but you stay very unaffected. And this person really admires that. They admire how you don't let other people's BS get to you, how you have attained that sense of, like you have this protective shell around you wherein you don't let all these lower vibrational energies get to you. And you're very proud of who you are. You totally own your energies. Yeah, this is how I dress, this is how I look, this is how I speak, these are the things that I believe in, these are my principles, so what? So that daring attitude which you project is something that really attracts this person. All right, then we have balance. So you might be a Libra, wisdom, and emotional withdrawal. So this is funny. Tell you why. It almost feels like your person thinks that you're too good for them, or that the scales aren't really balanced. They're always constantly weighing themselves against you. Like group 3 is better than me at this, or I'm better than group 3 at this, or but then group 3 looks better than me, or group 3 is doing better than me. There's always this constant comparison that your person is doing of you and of them. It's almost as if they know, like with the wisdom over here, there is this inner sense of knowing that your person has about this connection, about the potential of this connection, that it can culminate into something long term. You guys can get married and settle down. They have all that information. They also know that you will prove to be a very faithful partner, or perhaps they know even now, despite the fact that you both might not really be talking to each other or be in communication, that your heart lies with them, that you have very strong feelings for them. Despite that, with the energy of the 8 of Cups over here, it feels like your person tries to move on from this connection. I don't feel like they're doing a very good job at this, because it's like they're constantly getting a rush of all these feelings, but then the comparison kicks in and they're like, she or he is better off alone. I should just withdraw myself from this connection. I'm out of their league. I mean, they're out of my league anyway, so then what's the point? These two cards over here are telling me that instead of accepting the truth for what it is, your person chooses to run away from it. So your person might be someone who has big time escapist tendencies, or they just pretend to be someone they're not, or they try to hide their emotions and just project a completely cold and analytical side of them in front of you in their interaction towards you. But there is this constant push and pull that your person feels towards you. And there is just so much illumination over here that this is a reality your person cannot really run away from, no matter how hard they try. Even the waves over here, like how the waves keep coming and going, but an object that's over here, or like if a living person is sitting over here, then they'll always be there, unless and until they get up and go, of course. But this person is over here, is sitting over here. So the feeling of should I stay or should I go keep coming and going, but I don't think they're going anywhere. All right, let's take a look at your tarot cards. So we have the Ace of Wands, the 10 of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and Strength. Might be dealing with a Leo, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Aries and Sag. All right. This person constantly feels the love that they have for you in their veins. I kid you not. There is both immense passion and immense love over here for you. It's like this person is always in love with you and this person is always horny for you. Both things. This person dreams about you a lot. This person fantasizes about you a lot. Again, the fantasies, they're all about them being in a happy, committed, stable relationship with you. I feel like with strength over here, this person might be having some control issues, like they always want to have the upper hand, or they might be someone who comes, who belongs to that school of thought wherein if you get into a relationship, you'll be tied down, somebody will be controlling you, I am a lion, I don't want to be tamed, and things like that. And this energy might lead them to try to move on from this connection, but because there is so much love over here and because there's so much passion over here, I don't think that they're going anywhere, and they're not able to go anywhere even if they want to. However, wholeheartedly, I don't think they want to walk away from you, because they constantly feel all this love that they have for you and all this passion that they have for you and all these dreams that they have with you of settling down with you, of marrying you, again confirming the Hierophant's energy over here. This person might be having slight undertones of ego as well, wherein they don't want to confess their feelings, they don't want to admit that they have this passion towards you. But more so, I feel like this is someone who hadn't intended on catching feelings for you, but they did real quick and real deep, and now this is something that's bothering them, which is why it's constantly playing in their mind. Okay, let's see what message does Spirit have for you. It's time to release negativity. So here's the thing, group 3. If this connection is bothering you at the moment, you can surrender to the divine and choose to move on. Now, move on doesn't mean that you have to cut them off from your life. You can hold space for them and go about your business as usual. But the other message is that if you have any negativity associated with this person, or who they are, how they are, and what the future of this connection might be, then that is something that you need to work on. Any negative fears, any fears in general that you might be having associated with this connection, your person might be picking up on them and they might affect the energies of this connection. So if you can just let go and let God and release all that negativity, if there's any bad feelings over here, something that they might have said or did, and you still hold resentment for them, all of that needs to be released, all of that needs to go. Okay, so these are all the messages that I have for you today, group 3. If you like this video, do give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section below. Hit the bell icon while subscribing. New videos are out every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. For personal readings, you can contact me on Instagram if you're a follower there, and you can also give me a follow for daily pick a card readings. Otherwise, my email ID is given in the description box below. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.